Hello, I'm Karen and welcome back to, where are we now? Part 5. Wow. Part 5 on how to make the converse style slippers, and this is where we're going to put the sole on, okay? So I'm just going to put the slipper to one side. We should use the same colour as the sides. I've got my grey, and it is just going back to the very beginning and doing a chain of 12. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Into the second chain from the hook, 1, 2. We work 3 single crochet, 1, 2, 3. Single crochet. I'm just going underneath one loop of the chain single crochet. I can't do it. Single crochet in the next 3. 1, 2 and 3. Half double crochet in the next 3. 1, 2, 3, double crochet in the next 3, 1, 2, 3. Into the end of the chain, we're going to work 8 double crochet. 1, 2, 3, 4. I tuck my tail under at 5. That sounds a bit bad, doesn't it? 6, 7 and 8. That's what I was on about, the innuendo things, before in my other video. I can't remember which video I said that in, but I know I did. Now we're going to do half double crochet, no we're not, double crochet in the next 3. 1, 2 and 3. Half double crochet, 1, half double crochet in the next 3, so that's 1, 2, 3. I've done that many of these, I get a bit carried away. Single crochet in the next 3. 1, 2 and 3. And then the hidden stitch that I refer to, you twist that over a little bit, and at the very beginning I said to chain, you did chain 12 but you worked into the second one. Well, that's the beginning chain, so we'd want to do 2 into there. That's actually not, is it? Because that's where I started from. Yes, well, I'm not sure now. I'm going to do lally. Right, and slip stitch into the into the first single crochet. It is, you started from there, you've chained up 12, and then we worked into the second stitch, didn't we? So it left us 1 stitch behind, which is where that stitch comes from. I am correct. Right, so chain 1, and then working into the next space, not the same, we work 2 double crochet, 1 and 2, and then we're going to double crochet in the next 10. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 and 10. 2 double crochet in the next 8. 1 double crochet, 2 double crochet, 3 double crochet, 4 double crochet, 5 double crochet, 6 double crochet, 7 double crochet, 8 double crochet. Double crochet in the next 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, oopsie-daisy, 9 and 10. 2 double crochet in the next 2, and yes, we do use the chain at the bottom of the beginning just there, so that's another 2 into there, just like we did in the beginning, because we want the sole to be exactly the same, and slip stitch into the first double crochet to join. Okay, now at this point I'm going to pull up my hook there a minute and just get this and pull this tail through this side. So that's just so that it makes it easier for me to sew this tail in rather than it getting stuck while I'm working my way around. Okay, so now what we're going to do is we're going to put the hook through the same space that you just worked through. We'll go through 2 loops of this sole, and then when you look at your slipper and it's the left stitch, you can just tell really, I suppose. It's like if you look at the centre there, you just know that you're in the same space. So I'm going to go into there, underneath 1 loop of this one. And all we're going to do is we're just going to slip stitch through that 1 loop, pull that through all the way through to the other side, and pull that one nice and tight, because that's the first stitch. We want it to be nice and secure. Then we want to go through 2 loops of this the new sole and 1 loop that we've left behind from when we worked in the back loops. Right near the very beginning we did that. I'm just going to marry up all of these stitches, because this piece that we've just made is exactly the same as the piece at the bottom, so it would just all marry up. You don't need to slip stitch too tightly for the rest of your stitches, but as you go along it's easier to come down this side than it is the other, because you need to pull and fold at your work, but that's okay. And this just gives that, really gives you the strength and the stability and sturdiness of your little slipper. So anyway, I was thinking about these granny squares and me making a video. I know that lots of people have made a video on a granny square, but for me to show you the original Victorian one, I've tried to even get the colours of my yarn, because when I was doing my history research, the colours of the yarns that they had at that time, they vary and they're not the same as what we have today. We've got much more modern things. They was done with wool and cottons, which obviously we do, but they didn't have the modern recycled version. So I have tried to do that. And also there's this beautiful border on it, so what I'm going to do is just like a little mini sample thing, and show you what I've actually achieved. It is very beautiful, it really is. And it was so lovely as well. You know, when I was doing my history research, to find, I mean, I did believe that my family was not from far away because of stories that my own relatives have said, but to find out that I ended up living in the place where my ancestors actually came from was kind of cool. And to find all the records of them and what jobs that they did, and to imagine what their life would have been like, knowing all the things that I do know. I am when it's one of my things that I want to achieve. I want to be able to write this book, which is I know it's going to be really special, because I include fairies and things in my stories because I wanted it to be originally a children's story. It was actually all about Bar Black Sheep in the beginning, but that was only because I got told off while I was a teaching assistant. I got told off by a teacher for singing Bar Black Sheep in a classroom, and I'm like, what? I sang that to my children. I know, like, you can't tell me I can't sing Bar Black Sheep. And she told me that it was classed as a racist song. And I was like, what? That's ridiculous. And no, and I already knew Bar Black Sheep was a story about a little boy who was selling his wool. It was nothing to do with the people's colour of their skin. It was the fact that the wool was black from the black sheep. But anyway, yes, I have to sing Bar Rainbow Sheep or Bar Pink Sheep, which I think is completely and utterly ridiculous, but that's the way that society has gone. You can't have anything that can be misinterpreted, and crazy world. So yes, so I wanted to write down my historical history for children to prove that it was all about wool. So, because I know it sounds really strange, but you know, a lot of children live in the city and they've never seen a sheep. And if they, you know, well, because our town used to be all farmers' fields and sheep, and absolutely teeming with life to do with knitting and lace making, and obviously the crochet came in there too. And people used to do those things so that they could earn themselves their money, and that was their livelihood. Right back to the beginning bit now, so I'm just going to slip stitch into there. Oops, I got stuck there, and then I'm going to slip stitch into the, I'm not going to slip stitch into there because I can't get it in, and I'm not struggling on a video. So I'm going to pull that through there, and that's the sole, and you can see now how much that's changed. To stop that floppiness that we had, it's now become much more sturdy. So what we need to do now is sew in the ends, make sure it's all nice and tidy. That's one of the things that I really think is a pain with granny squares, though. There's so many ends to sew in to make it look nice, and there's so many hours worth. You know, if you think about how long it takes to make a granny square blanket to cover a double bed, it's hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of hours. And then you've got people who are just, have got like the old ones, I don't know, maybe they was only made in the 70s, but even so, 70s is like becoming like sort of, it's not necessarily an antique, but it's still maybe they are antiques now, the collectible things and stuff, and they sell them on eBay for an absolute pittance, and it really upsets me, because I think they don't appreciate how much work and time and effort went into that. Yes, I know people do the crochet as a hobby, and it actually originally was a rich man's hobby, and it used to be kept secret. Crochet and knitting was only shared with the clergy and with the rich people. How bizarre is that? That we all now crochet and knit what used to be classed as secret stuff. So in medieval times they used to actually have to do, was it 6 or 7 years worth of training to be classed as a master in their work before when they joined these secret guilds. Right, so what I'm going to do is I'm not going to crochet the whole 130 and slip stitch back into it, because it is far too time consuming. But so that you can just see what happens and how nice it turns out, I'm just going to crochet, I don't know, a random chain, and just show you that, because the chain, when I did I actually haven't got one, when I did the petite ones with the laces in it, I just did the chain because I felt that suited it for that size. But as I've gone up, so all I've done is I chained my chain, so I did 130, I skipped the first one, and I just literally slip stitch all the way back, which gives you the thicker lace, and that's all it is. So for you to be able to complete your project, if you want to put laces in it, that's all you're going to need to do. Yeah, it's just do your chain and slip stitch back, or you can, have I got them? Yes, I have. You can add your buttons. Actually, this is actually for the bigger slipper. Look, I've got an even bigger slipper. I've done a bigger one already. These buttons are for this pair, because I just wanted to have the bigger pair with buttons on. So there you have it. Hopefully you'll now have a pair of matching slippers, and maybe the toe bit might be slightly out. This one definitely is, because these was made at different times, because wherever I've put it, there's the other piece. This one's to go with this one, because I haven't finished my other one yet. I decided that I would get on with doing the sides, because I was looking at the time, realising that I still have some little bits and bobs and jobs to do. My dad's back in hospital, so I'm here, there, everywhere. But in the meantime, I really do hope you like these. I hope you like the little bit about the history. And I say I'm going to be making some more videos where I'm going to be making the wands, and I'm going to be making purses. Oh, and check these ones out. I'm going to be showing you how to make these beautiful drawstring bags, and inside this bag, look, is a pair of petite ones. I just like them to match. I just thought they was just lovely as a little gift thing, and we've got a little star flowers on the end. So thank you for liking, thank you for subscribing, thank you for watching. I do read all your comments, and I'm going to make a special video, I think, or make a special day where I'll just sit and answer everybody's questions and comments and things that they've put. Okay, bye for now.